Hi nerds, welcome back, and guess what time it is? It is episode 3 of What a Nerd podcast. Today we'll be talking about the possibly the greatest characters to ever be fabricated in the Disney universe. We are talking about the characters of the original trilogy graphic novel of Star Wars. The main three characters throughout the movie are the main protagonists, I should say, are Leia Organa, a political diplomat of the planet Alderaan, who is also a rebel general and a person who majorly funds the cause that is the Rebel Alliance. Luke Skywalker, a boy from Tatooine who trains to become a Jedi later on in the trilogy, and Han Solo, a lowly smuggler who gets wrapped up in the Rebel Alliance with Luke and Obi-Wan Kenobi, Luke's teacher. Now, I know some people are going to be like, oh, Obi-Wan Kenobi's a main character. I do not think of him as a main character in the original trilogy because he is mentioned in the first episode, really, for half of it, and then sporadically shows up randomly um throughout the rest of the 3 episodes, but he doesn't really show up enough for me to consider him a real character. And then there's also the people who are going to be like, "Oh, what about Yoda?" Yoda shows up for about half an episode again and then shows up for about 20 minutes of the last episode. So again, I'm not really going to count him as a main character. Sure, I'll give him a shout out. Like, Yoda was an amazing teacher for Luke, really taught him how to be a Jedi. But he was really just a stepping stone in Luke's story. So I won't really consider him a main character for this. But now let's look at the opposite side, the three main antagonists that I can think of. A minor main antagonist, would be Jabba the Hutt, the leader of the smugglers group that Han Solo was a part of when he was still a smuggler. The other two main antagonists are definitely the major antagonists, Darth Vader and Emperor Palpatine, or Darth Sidious, I believe his name is. So now that we have introduced our 6 characters, we will go over their personalities. Leia Organa, let's start with her. She is very uplifting, a very stand-up individual throughout the series. She very much cares for the Rebel Alliance and dislikes the Empire and what they stand for. She fights hard as a general and leads her armies into the basically infinite power that is the Empire with such confidence that she inspires her soldiers to fight as well. Next, we have Luke. He is a young boy from Tatooine. He is a farmer at the very beginning of the story where he plans on becoming a pilot and to explore the stars and the galaxies. But that is quickly changed after he meets the droids R2D2 and C3PO. After meeting them and Obi-Wan Kenobi, he trains to become a Jedi after his farm was destroyed by the Empire. He's very much a person who does not look at what is right in front of him. He looks to the stars, looks up to the sky. He does not focus on what is directly in front of him. That is his character downfall. That is his flaws. He needs to. He does not believe in himself in a way that a Jedi should, and does not trust himself in that power. After that, we have Han Solo, who is again smuggler, who is very self-righteous, does not really think about working for others, works about himself, worries about what he will do until towards the end of the story, where he becomes a normally righteous individual who works to just make things better for other people. Of course, he is still selfish no matter what, though. That is his character flaw. After him, we have Jabba the Hutt, who is a very fat gang boss on Tatooine who does not like Han Solo and is very much trying to kill him. Next, we have Darth Vader and Emperor Palpatine, both members of the Sith, which is basically the anti-Jedi. They are the evil Jedis who also have abilities to use the Force and fight with lightsabers. They are people who think about themselves, very self-motivated, and only really work to bring what they call peace to the galaxy by suppressing all sorts of freedom and putting people under rules. After that, there's not really any other main characters, so I'm going to be wrapping up this episode of the podcast. Thank you for listening. This is me, Zek, signing off of the What a Nerd podcast. Catch y'all later.